Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we bring you softball second half of a doubleheader. We're sorry we missed the first one. We actually had some live stream issues on game number one, but missed a good game. 8-4, COC took the victory, and we'll get you ready for game two. We just got the rosters ourselves, the lineups for game two, so we'll get them to you as soon as we can and try and keep you updated on what's happening here for game number two. I'm Matt Robinson, happy to have you along. Cougars now 4-1 on the regular season. After that win over Long Beach. Long Beach now 0-6 on the season. So as we get ready to get underway, Moorpark will send Danielle Heidman, Lisa Motes, and Alexa Paradas to the plate to start here against Allison Melgar, who will get the start. For COC, Lexi Angulo started game one, went all 7 innings, picked up the victory for the Cougars. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes the count here. Heidman swings and lines this one down the third base line. It was knocked down by Baggett at third, but she's not going to be able to pick it up and throw her out. And a hard hit ball from Heidman as a base hit to lead things off. Here's Lisa Motes, former Cougar last year, getting the start in game number 2 again for Moorpark here today. Started game number 1. Had a couple of hits, walked, scored a run in that first game as she faces her former teammate, Natalie Melgar. First pitch over for a strike. Game 1 a touch long by softball standards with 2 hours and 19 minutes. It's the late start here to game number 2. We're sorry again, we missed you on game number 1. The internet was not cooperating. Had to get the crew out to fix it up. We thank them for coming out, getting us set up, and getting us ready to go here for game number 2. That pitch over for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Melgar checks the sign. We'll look at the dugout. Gets ready to come to the plate. Pitch misses up and away. Runner in motion. Throw down to second in time to cut down Heidman. Great throw from behind the plate by Garcia. And 1 away. Three balls and 2 strikes as Motes works it back to a full count. It's a 3-2 pitch fouled away. We'll do it again. Moorpark got all their runs in the first 3 innings in game number 1. This one hit softly towards second base. Playable for Silva, and she'll make the catch. And 2 down. 2 away, here's Paradas. Singled, grounded into a fielder's choice, reached on an error and lined out. 1 for 4 in game number 1. This one hit out to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. So Paradas a 2-out single. Here's Elizabeth Rowe, also a former Cougar, stepping in. First pitch to Rowe, over for a strike on a fastball. Good pitch from Melgar. Melgar last week had a heck of a week. Went 8 innings in game number 2 against Riverside. Came up with the complete game victory after she had 8 RBIs during that series. Named Cougars Athlete of the Week as that one fouled away. So 2 strikes here on Rowe. This one popped up, playable for Baggett. He'll run over and make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So a solid start for Melgar, gives up a 2-out hit, but that is it. And at the end of a half an inning, no runs for Moorpark. The Cougars coming up. So we'll get you work on the COC lineup as soon as we can here. Like we said, we're still filling everything in. We didn't get the rosters until about 30 seconds before first pitch. Here for game number 2. We know the Cougars will start with Shaylin Rambo, Alyssa Silva, and Gigi Garcia. Getting the start for Moorpark in the circle, Brianne Mangana, who pitched in game number 1, came in relief in the 4th inning. Didn't pitch bad, just gave up a couple of runs. So Rambo will lead things off here for COC. Rambo led off game number 1. Had a hit, a pair of walks, scored a run.
Started off 3.
She'll get it started for the Cougars here in the home half of the first inning. So John Wismath calling time, going to bring everybody together to talk about how to face the starter for Moorpark. That one nearly hits Rombo, but she's able to dodge out of the way and has a count here at 3 balls and 1 strike. Nice little hitter's count. So just about 245 first pitch. So a 3-2 count here to Rombo. Rombo works the leadoff walk, and the Cougars the leadoff runner aboard here in the first inning. So Alyssa Silva came in relief in game number 1. She swings at the first pitch, pops it in the air to left field. Heidman drifting out there will make the catch, 1 away. So 1 down, that brings Gigi Garcia to the plate.
Niner. Fast bat.
That one over for a strike. Able to steal second base was Rombo as she's down in easily to second. No throw that time down. So the Cougars with a runner in scoring position here in the first after Rombo steals second base.
Good eye, Gage.
Garcia in game number 1. Single, a double, a walk. And grounded out 2 for 3. Scored a run. She takes that pitch.
Good eye, Gage.
Hitter's count here for Garcia at 3 balls and 1 strike as she stands and waits.
Good eye, Gage.
She'll work a 1-out walk, and the Cougars in business with runners on first and second here, with just 1 away in the first inning. So Garcia will walk. Here's Fuentes, had a solo home run in game number 1. Back in the 6th inning, Cougars had a lead of 7-4 at that point in time, but that gave them a little bit of insurance going into the 7th. She took the first pitch for a strike and stands and waits on this one and grounds it towards second base. It's going to get by Tanner, who tried to dive. 1 run will score as this one gets all the way back to the wall. Fuentes heading for third. She'll get in. And you'll score it as a stand-up triple for Fuentes as 2 runs come across for COC. And the Cougars with a 2-0 lead here in the first inning. So Fuentes hit it hard. Tanner couldn't quite catch up to it. Rombo and Garcia easily scoring. And here comes Ashlyn Heck, who had a rough game number 1 trying to find her stroke at the plate. Heck has struggled a bit this year compared to last season. In game number 1, Heck had a single and a triple, 2 for 4. She's still upset with herself, hitting .500 on the day. The season for Ashlyn coming into game number 1 today. Hitting .357 as she fouls that one away. Check and see if the numbers have ticked up correctly on the Tech fouls this one away. Went off the roof of the building and back of us, and we'll do it again. Tech waits on the 1-2 pitch, swings and hits this one up the middle for a base hit. Fuentes will easily score. Heck with an RBI single, and the Cougars with a 3-run opening here in the first. After the offense was a little sluggish for the first portion of game number 1, came around late, put up 8 runs. Off to a good start, picking up where they left off here in game 2, facing Mangana. To Mangana's numbers coming into today. For Moorpark, 0-2 on the season, 15 innings pitched as this one bloops over the shortstop Rowe's head. That'll get out to left field for a base hit, and the Cougars with runners on first and second here in the first inning. As the hits stringing together here for the Cougars. A base hit for Baggett. Here comes Allison Melgar. The Cougars Women's Athlete of the Week. 8 RBIs, 8 innings pitched. A shutout against Riverside last week. Talking about Mangana, she's given up 26 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned through today. We don't include game number 1 in those stats as they have not updated on the 3C2A website. She'll face Allie Melgar, came in relief in game number 1. Melgar this year, 250 hitter, 2 home runs. As we said, 8 runs batted in, all of those coming against Riverside last week. We're going to start game 2 in the circle for COC. Still one away. Melgar takes a strike on a 3-0 pitch. Mangana gets back into the count. That one up. Melgar works a walk. The base is loaded full of Cougars. Here in the first inning of game number 2. The COC offense, which coming into today has shown a lot of pop. So here comes Sabrina Engelbrecht, the DP, here in game number 1. Cougars through 4 games, 21 runs scored, 27 hits, a couple of home runs, 7 total extra base hits as a unit. It's kind of been the pitching that's really been the story for COC, though this year as both Melgar and Angulo have been very good. Engelbrecht grounds this one up the third base line, foul, and she'll step back in and do it again. Engelbrecht getting her first opportunity of the year today. So the Cougar lineup, Rambo leading off, Silva in the 2 spot, Garcia in the 3 spot, Fuentes hitting 4th, Heck 5th, Baggett in the 6th spot, Melgar batting 7th, Engelbrecht batting 8th, and Ramirez in the 9th spot playing first base today. Defensively for Moorpark, Coda at first, Tanner at second, Rowe at short, Paradas at third, Heidman, Dalmau, and Makari from left to right in the outfield with Mutz behind the plate and Mangana in the circle working as the battery today. So we had on the 0-2 pitch here to Engelbrecht with 1 away in the first inning. The Cougars already with 3 runs across as that pitch misses just inside. We'll make it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. This one hits softly towards short. That'll be the second out of the inning as Rowe was right there to make the play. So a soft line drive towards the shortstop. 2 down, and here's Valerie Ramirez. Ramirez started game number 1. Was 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1 before she was lifted to give Sofia Trujillo an opportunity at first base as she takes the first pitch for a ball. No balls, 1 strike. Ramirez stands and waits. That pitch misses down.
Go 2-0. Little dinger. Bring it
Ramirez this year coming into today batting .400, 4 hits and 10 at bats. So a little below that now, 4 for 12 as that pitch misses inside. Got herself a nice little hitter's count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mangana trying to get out of the trouble. Cougars with the bases loaded with 2 away here in the first. 9 to the plate here for COC in this first inning as Ramirez takes that pitch up. And now Mangana in danger of walking another batter. Already 2 walks here in the inning. Cougars with 3 runs across, and a walk will push a 4th across and get them back to the top of the lineup. And Rambo waiting on deck, who led the game off with a walk. That one over for a strike, so the count is full. The runners will be in motion. Heckenbang got plenty of speed out there, can score on a base hit with the runners in motion here. Melgar leading away from, or will lead away from first as soon as the pitch comes. It's the 3-2 pitch, runners on the move. This one hit on the ground towards short. It hops off of the knee of Rowe, and that'll be a RBI ground ball for Ramirez that'll bring a run across, and the Cougars add another as they've batted around here in the first. So Heck comes in to score. The bases stay loaded. And we flip back around to Shaylin Rambo here. As the Cougars already with 4 across here in the first inning. Rambo game 1, as we said, walked, scored, walked twice, scored, singled, and rounded out in the first game. She waits here on a 1-1 pitch. That one down in the dirt. Moats does a good job to keep it in front. As we said, Cougars 4-1 on the regular season. Their only loss to Mount San Antonio College. Right now the Cougars ranked 14th in the state, top 8 in Southern California. And that loss to Mount Sac was a good game, a 5-2 game on the road. Mount Sac, a team that's looked at to be maybe a state championship contender this year. So hung tight with them on the road. Very tough team to play against as we wait on the 2-2 pitch that misses up, and we get the count full once again, and the runners will go back into motion here. For Rambo with the bases loaded. Bagot at third, Melgar at second, and Ramirez over at first after reaching on the air. We wait on the 3-2 pitch. Rambo will take a walk, and the Cougars will add a 5th run. So good discipline by Rambo. 2nd time she's walked in the inning. 3rd walk issued by Mangana. And we'll get time called from the Moorpark dugout. As Moorpark head coach Ashley Sandoval Colon, former Cougar, played for COC back in 2013-2014. Was all Southern California first team back in 2013 as a freshman. Was quite the hitter in her day, a 408 hitter during that freshman year. Now the head coach of Moorpark was an assistant coach here at COC for a time. She's a career .406 hitter here for COC. 13 home runs and 71 runs batted in with 25 stolen bases. She's actually a CIF champion back in high school for John F. Kennedy High School as she's done talking to Mangana and will go back to work. Mangana facing Silva for the second time, who flew out to left field in her first at bat. That pitch over for a strike. So maybe just trying to settle her pitcher down. 5 across here for COC in the first. Ramirez swings and hits this one in the air towards left center field. And Dalmel coming over to make the catch. And that'll end the inning, but the Cougars push 5 across in the first. Solid start to the game for COC. We had the second inning, 5-0 Cougars. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. So 5 across for COC in the first as we head to the top half of the second inning. Moorpark will send Ruby Cota, Madeline Macari, and Tammy Tanner to the plate. Moorpark's lineup today: Hedman leading off, Moats in the 2 spot, Paratus in the 3 spot, Elizabeth Rowe batting 4th, and Cota batting 5th, Macari in the 6th spot, Tanner batting 7th, Dalmau in the 8th spot, and then Alexa Martinez, the DP, batting in the 9th spot. The Cougars defensively today: Ramirez at first, Silva at second, Munoz at short, Bagot at third, Rombo, Heck, and Fuentes from left to right in the outfield, with Garcia behind the plate working as the battery along with Allison Melgar today in this game number 2. Second of a doubleheader. Sorry we couldn't bring you game number 1, but one's better than none, so we'll give you game number 2, and we hope you enjoy. First pitch swinging for Cota, fouls it off. Cota 2 for 9 coming into today, 222 hitter. Game number 1, singled in the first, then popped out, grounded out, and flew out. So 1 for 4 in game number 1, 3 hits in 13 at-bats on the season. She swings and hits this one in the air towards center field, unplayable for Hack. So it'll get down for a base hit, and the leadoff runner aboard here in the second inning for Moorpark, as Cota has a line drive single to center. That didn't hang up long enough for Ashlyn Heck, who is a superb defender for COC, to get up underneath it. Talked about Ashlyn Heck before, and Heck is just full of accolades from last year. It's a little down so far this year in terms of the hitting, but last year was a heck of an offensive player and really good defensively as well. As bunting here is Macari trying to move runners over, and she will. So 1 away as the Cougars able to get the out at first base. Charging in to make the play was Ramirez as she threw it to Silva. So 3-4 the out for the first out on Macari, but she did her job on a sacrifice bunt. 1 away and Tammy Tanner coming to the plate. Tanner 0 for 4 in game number 1. Pitch misses inside. Tanner just 1 hit this season. So hitting 100 even, 1 for 10 so far in the year. She fouls that one away. And the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. This one chopped back to the mound. Melgar able to make the play. So 2 away. Cota was able to move ahead. So 2 down, and Camila Dalmu coming to the plate. Dalmu 0 for 4 in game number 1. 1 hit, 9 at bats so far in the season. Trying to squeeze the run home. Melgar will pick it up and throw it to first, and that will end the inning. So the Raiders go quietly after a leadoff single in the second. Head to the home half. Cougars with a 5-0 lead.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So we go to the home half of the second inning, 5-0 COC after they had a solid start to the first. Cougars will send Garcia, Fuentes, and Heck to the plate here in this second inning. Sun's starting to fall behind us pretty heavily right now, so it'll be tough on the outfielders as we continue on here in game number 2. Because we are just in February after all, so the sun's still going down pretty early. So here's Garcia, walked and scored in the first inning. Couple of hits and 3 at-bats in game number 1. Takes that pitch down. So we go to work here in the 7th. 5 runs across in the first for COC. Garcia fouls this one off. Nearly took out a car driving on the back road behind us. No balls and 2 strikes to count. That pitch misses up. Good take that time as Magana tried to catch her chasing on a pitch up in the zone. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one popped in the air, back of second base. Tough play for Tanner, but she's able to drift back and make the catch. 1 down. So Garcia pops out. Here's Fuentes, tripled on a ball that she one-hopped past Tammy Tanner at second base and got all the way out to the right center field wall, able to come around and get to third, brought Rambo and Garcia home. Fuentes starting to find her stroke. The Cougar offense has been a little hit and miss at times, but Fuentes has been leading the way so far this year. Fuentes, 400 hitter coming into the day. Was 2 for 4 in game number 1 with that home run. Had a single and a home run. And scored twice in game number 1 as she takes that pitch down, and she's got a hitter's count here at 2-0. Fuentes, one of the sophomore leaders from last season's team. Heck and Melgar kind of the three that led offensively. Fuentes last year hit .366. And 35 runs batted in as she takes a 4-pitch walk. Very careful with Fuentes was Mangana, who gave up that home run to Fuentes in game number 1. As here's Ashlyn Heck. Single, drove in a run. Fuentes in motion, has second base swiped pretty easily. Good throw from Heck, or from Motes, excuse me, but Fuentes with a very good jump. Motes did all she could to try and nab her, but could not. So with one out, a runner at second base. Cougars in business here in the second. Heck, who, as we said, was impressive last year, and that's an understatement at the plate. Was a .434 hitter. She was top 25 in the state in at-bats, top 25 or top 15 in the state in runs, top 15 in the state in hits, had 62 hits last year. She takes that pitch for a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Second in the state in triples. She had 10 of them last year. She's not been happy with the performance so far this year, but she's not awful. She hits this one out into left center field. That'll get down into the wall for a base hit. Heck will have extra bases here. She goes in with a stand-up double. Fuentes scores easily. An RBI double for Ashlyn Heck, and the Cougars add another. So Fuentes scores easily. Here's Lily Baggett, who singled back in the first. Hitting here in the second. The Cougars have added another. And I know it's only the second inning, but it creeps into your mind. Can COC get a performance that puts them over the top and ends a game early? Yet to do that this year. Look, their best offensive output is this one chopped up the middle, picked up by Tanner, thrown to first, not in time. Heck trying to score and does. Heads up play from Ashlyn Heck. It turns into an RBI infield single for Baggett. And the Cougars add another, now a 7-0 lead as Heck running the whole way on a slowly hit infield ground ball that Baggett makes sure to beat out at first base. Cougars add yet another. Here's Allison Melgar walked back in the first. You look at the Cougars so far this year. 1-0 win over Folsom Lake in the season opener. 1-0 win over Riverside. 8-4 win the other day, or 8-4 win in game number 1 today. That game against Riverside, they did finish out in 5 innings. This one popped up in the air down the left field line, playable. And making the catch was Heidman, so 2 down. So Melgar pops out first pitch swinging. That brings us Sabrina Engelbrecht. Cougars are able to put up 5 runs in the first 3 innings against Riverside, each of the first 3 innings, so 15 runs through 3. So far they've got 7 through 2. Ended up finishing that one out with an 18-2 victory. So trying to finish out quick here again today as Engelbrecht takes a strike. The Cougars so far here early with a couple of extra base hits. Engelbrecht hits this one down the line and left, but foul. She's behind at the count, 0-2. Engelbrecht lined softly to short in her first at bat. That pitch misses up. That's called strike 3, or called strike 2, excuse me. Thought it was a 1-2 count. But now it's maybe a 1-2 count. Scoreboard's not giving us a proper update. And yeah, and that was strike 3. I was going to say, Engelbrecht stepped back in thinking it wasn't strike 3, but that was indeed. So that'll end the inning, but the Cougars get a couple. And we'll head to the third with a 7-0 COC lead.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
So we go to the top half of the third inning, 7-0 COC. Cougars with a couple of runs on 2 hits in that second inning. Moorpark will send Martinez, Heidman, and Moats to the plate here in the third to face Melgar. Martinez, the DP in game number 1, doubled, flew out, and reached on an error. 1 for 3 in game number 1. So Melgar delivers a strike at the top of the zone. Melgar this year in 14 innings has given up 13 hits, but just 5 runs. Walked 4 and struck out 3, so an ERA of 2.50. That one floats out of the zone and evens the count at 1-1. Her and Lexi Angulo have been a good 1-2 punch so far this year. Angulo now 3-0. So this one popped up, playable out in right field for Fuentes, who will make the catch. One down here in the third. Heidman singled to start the game and was caught stealing back in the first inning. It's here in the third against Melgar. As you said, Melgar and Angulo have been a nice little 1-2 punch. Angulo, now 19 innings pitched, has given up 5 earned runs herself. Bunting here in front of the plate. That's going to be a tough play for the Cougars, but Melgar able to field her position nicely and fire down to get Heidman for 2 away. So Melgar quick out of the circle. Sets down Heidman and will bring Lisa Moats to the plate. Moats swings at the first pitch. They actually put the runner at first base, so I guess she was safe. Moats grounds into a fielder's choice. So now there's 2 down, so I thought I saw the umpire signal an out at first on Heidman, but I guess he changed his mind or overruled something. Doesn't matter. Heidman's out at second. 4-6 for the second out. This one chopped on the infield by Pradas, and she's fired out at first by Bagot, and that'll end the inning. So Moorpark again goes quietly. They reach on an infield hit, and that's it. 2.5 in the books. 7-0 COC.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do, and the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Seven 7-0 Cougars here in the third inning. Cougars will send Ramirez, Rombo, and Silva to the plate. So Magana stays in there. Cougars 5 in the first, 2 in the second. Trying to add their lead here in the third. Pitched down to Ramirez. Mallory drove in a run, reached on an error back in the first inning. Cougars sent 11 to the plate in the first inning. Trying to turn around a few more here in the third. Ramirez way ahead here. She takes a strike. Pops this one up in the air to center field. Almau having some trouble with the sun, but will find it and make the catch. One away. Shaylin Rambo, pair of walks. Swings to the first pitch, pops it up in front of the plate. Moat's going to be able to find it and make the catch. It's a tough play for Moats that time as she never got her helmet off. Had to contend with the runner. So 2 outs here in the third. Melissa Silva, who's flown out twice, coming to the plate. Silva holds her hands right by her right ear, takes a strike. This one popped up in the air towards shallow center field, and Dalmau charges in to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars go quietly here in the third. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the fourth. 7-0 lead for COC. Top half of the fourth, COC 7-0 right now over Moorpark. The Raiders are going to send Elizabeth Rowe, Ruby Cota, and Madeline Macari to the plate. Cougars going to make a change. Couple of changes actually for COC here. Bag got out. Soto takes over at third. Trujillo takes over at first for Ramirez. And I believe everything else stays the same here for COC. So we go to work in the fourth. There's Rowe to lead things off, and she'll swing and ground this one up the third base line. Rowe pops this one up back of third. Memory Munoz, the shortstop, drifting over, will make the catch. One away here in the fourth inning. So one down, Ruby Cota, who's singled, one of 4 hits in the ball game for Moorpark, steps in. This one popped up, and again, Munoz coming over to make the catch. Tough little play, a little tougher than maybe Munoz made it look. So a pair of pop outs and 2 down. There's Makari coming to the plate. Makari coming into the game, 3 hits and 9 at-bats. Or coming into game 1, I should say, 3 hits and 9 at-bats. So 3 for 13 now on the year. She swings and fouls the first pitch away. Melgar, pardon me, trying to make it another quick inning thanks to a couple of slick plays from Memory Munoz out at short. Working on a 1-2-3 inning, which will be her first of the day. She delivers. That pitch misses inside. And the count even at 1-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Kari waits and fouls it into the screen off to the right. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2 away here in the 4th. 3:45 in the afternoon. Sun's starting to fall quickly behind us. This will play till we can't play no more or till the game is over. The second of a doubleheader as that pitch misses just away and the count is full. Good looking pitch that time from Melgar. Hit her spot, hit Garcia right in the glove, but just couldn't get the call. So she will deliver a 3-2 pitch and a full count here to Makari. This one chopped back up the middle. Melgar makes a slick play, turns and fires to first. Melgar fielding to position well today. A 1-2-3 inning for the Cougars. Defensively here in the 4th, we head to the home half. Still 7-0 COC.
The future is yours. So let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Reset your career and get back to work quickly. Go to college for $46 per unit, 0 textbook cost class options, and apply for your share of financial aid. With convenient class times, flexible on-campus or online options, and free tutoring, the future is yours at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Home half of the 4th here. COC up 7-0. They're scheduled to send Garcia, Fuentes, and Heck to the plate. It looks like Brianne Tall going to come out of the dugout, poke her head out here in the 4th and get a chance to hit. So Garcia walked and popped out. Brianne Tall will step in. Hitting for Garcia in the 4th. Just trying to get Bree going. 111 coming into the day. Tall last year. Another one of those Cougars on the offensive side that times really contributed. Only ended up hitting 269, but Well, hitting 43 games for COC. At one point had a 6-game hitting streak, so has shown the potential to create problems at the plate. She's way ahead here. 3 balls and no strikes as Fuentes waits in the on-deck circle. It's a 4-pitch walk issued to Tall. She'll run down to first base. And the Cougars, the leadoff runner aboard here in the 4th. Push 3 across here, and you can try and end this one fast. So here's Fuentes. Tripled walk twice, scored twice. The home run against Magana in the 6th inning in game 1. And after that hard hit ball is Tall on a delayed steal, going to be out by a mile. So 1 down as Tall caught stealing. Not sure that was a design delayed steal or not. Pretty easy throw for Moats down to second base as Rowe had plenty of time to apply the tag. So 1 away here in the 4th. Fuentes still at the plate and will walk on 4 pitches. So 8 straight balls. Fuentes down the first with 1 away. Here's Ashlyn Hack. Next singled and doubled, 2 for 2 today. Takes the first pitch up for a called strike. Back talking to her between games was saying she was having some trouble at the plate. I mean, still hitting very well this year, up over 350. Wasn't happy with the performance in game number 1 and said, I think I know what to fix here. And so far, is maybe look like she's fixed it with 2 hits and 2 at-bats. Behind in the count, 0-2, and she grounds this one towards second base. Tanner will pick it up and fire to first for the out. So 2 down as Fuentes moves up. Two away, and Lily Baggett's spot comes to the plate. It'll actually be Ari Soto hitting here. Soto took over defensively last inning. Soto 2 for 11 coming into today. Started in game 1. Was 0 for 2, so 2 for 13 now on the season. Soto runs ahead, takes a strike. Trying to move the defense around a little bit. Soto has the ability to slap from the left-hand side. And is still working on it a bit, but very early in the year. Charges ahead, but takes a ball. So way ahead here at 3-1. With Melgar waiting in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to come up and help herself. That one down in the dirt. Fuentes going to take third on ball in the dirt. Very heads up by Fuentes. So it'll put runners on the corners here as Soto works a walk. I'll bring Ali Melgar, who walked and flew to left field. Wismath calling time brings the runners out to him. You send Moorpark's assistant coach out as well. Michelle Santiago may go out and talk to the pitcher in Magana. Conference over. Melgar taking the first pitch. And they're going to just let Soto move up to second base. Soto kind of trotted off the bag. Looked like she was maybe trying to help the Cougars steal a run, but instead they'll put two runners out there in scoring position for Melgar, who takes a pitch for a strike up in the zone. Melgar lines this one to left field. That's going to get over the head of Hindman. Two runs are going to come home. Melgar heading to second base, sliding in with a leg double and a line drive on a ball she hit very hard, and the Cougars add two more here in the fourth inning. So two runs across. Looks like Memory Munoz going to hit the DP spot here.
21 out, 17 in. 21 out, 17 in.
With Melgar out there at second base, Munoz will get our first at bat here in game two. Munoz way ahead here. 2 balls and no strikes. That one down in the dirt, going to get away from Moats. Melgar going to move up 60 feet. And so now Munoz with a chance to try and drive Melgar in at third. Makes it that much easier here in a 3-0 count. Instead, it's a 4-pitch walk. We'll get Sofia Trujillo her first bat today. She'll step in after taking over for Ramirez defensively. Trujillo takes a strike. Sofia just activated this week. Swings and fouls this one away. So behind in the count, 0-2 in a 9-0 game. That one called strike 3. I believe that actually ended the inning, but maybe not. Doesn't matter. Melgar was out at the plate. And that was strike 3. So Trujillo, I was waiting to see Trujillo down on strikes. That ends the inning. So the Cougars will have Rambo to start in the 5th. So we'll go to the 5th inning here, 9-0 COC. Tanner, Dalmau, and Martinez, the scheduled hitters. Gigi Garcia checking back in behind the dish. Cougars with a 9-0 lead. First pitch swinging, popped up on the infield. Playable for Garcia, who gets out from behind the dish and makes the play. 1 down.
Good job, 9. Good job, 9.
So in a way, Dalmau coming to the plate, or actually they're going to hit 4 here. Ryan Cruz going to come in to hit. Cruz 0 for 2 so far this year. Swings and chops this one on the ground towards short. Munoz will pick it up and make an easy throw over to first for the second out here of the 5th inning. 2 down, Alexa Martinez stepping in. Martinez 0 for 1, flew out to right field. See the shadows really creeping in on the field here. Third base pretty much completely shadowed now by the trees. As first pitch swinging is Martinez, and she has a base hit out into left field. So a 2-out single here for Moorpark. Daniel Hindman will come in to hit. With 2 down and a runner on first. Hindman, a couple of singles. Was caught stealing and cut down on a fielder's choice. Shows bunt, takes it back, takes a strike. So popped in the air. Heck gonna have to drift back, but just a little bit. She'll make the catch. She was shaded well shallow in center field. That'll end the inning. Good inning for Melgar once again. Gives up a 2-out single, but that's it. We go to the home half of the 5th in a... And actually, that's going to end the ball game 8 after 5. So the Cougars will take it 9-0 after 4.5. So Melgar goes complete. Gives up no runs on just 4 hits. Cougars get 9 runs in the ball game. So 9 after 5, the Cougars win it. COC 9 runs on just 6 hits in the ball game. No errors for COC, no runs on 4 hits, no errors for Moorpark. Raiders left just 4 on in the ball game. Cougars left 6 on in the win. Melgar gets the win, Magana gets the loss. So Melgar now 2-0 on the year. Magana now 0-3 as the Cougars take it in a fast one. Just a little over an hour and 20 minutes of game time. COC now 5-1 on the season after the win. Moorpark now 0-7. That'll do it for us here on the broadcast. Make sure you join us on Saturday. Men's and women's basketball doubleheader. West LA in town to take on the Cougars. Should be fun. We hope to see you then. Have a good rest of your Thursday night, everybody.